Hey guys, how are you? So it's been a few weeks since I posted my last video. Unfortunately, I was sick for like 2 weeks and then going through a lot of personal stuff here at home and then with the kids. So I wasn't able to really focus on this channel like I wanted to. Today, I'm not gonna work on the Letting Go series. I want to discuss energy vampires. I don't know if you guys ever heard of that. I don't know if you know what that is, but I'm here to break it down to you because it is so important and it's something that comes in any shape, size, or form. So, what is an energy vampire? So, you know how, like, vampires, they're deemed to be these creatures that just suck on your blood for life and for energy and to just keep living and doing what they do. So I consider an energy vampire a person who is a very negative person, someone who is pessimistic, someone who's always angry, upset, depressed, anxious, like all these negative feelings, right? And they latch on to people that have like good energy, people that are positive, that are optimistic, that have a different perspective on life, that is actually trying to go somewhere or do something with themselves, and that's trying to create a better future. And so these people, the negative ones for lack of better terms, they see you and they smell you and they sense you and they come and they latch onto you to try and absorb that positive energy that you have. And it's like they just end up taking and taking and taking as much as you let them take, and if you're one of those persons like me who I feel like I can save the world, or at least I would like to try and save the world, I end up absorbing people's problems and people's traumas and people's life issues and negativity and everything, and I try impossibly to like make their life better in any shape or form. If I can help financially, even though I'm dying financially, if I could help emotionally, even though I could be like in a fucking torment, excuse my French, like you find ways to help these people because that's just who you are. That's your nature. You're helpful, you're caring, you're an empath, you desire to share your light with people. But the thing is that a lot of times when you share your energy with people like that, they don't really appreciate what you're putting out. And the thing is that, and it's hard, right? Because it's like I said, your nature is you want to do that. The thing is that you don't realize that while you're doing this, they're absorbing your energy and they're taking what you're giving. And yes, they can feel great for a moment or so, but because their nature is to be negative, because their nature is that they live that life by their choice, right? Because we all can build our own perception of our lives. We can all determine whether we want to live in our sorrows or live in our traumas and live in our problems, or whether we want to try to find solutions or we want to try to look at things in a positive perspective. And so while you're here and you're giving that energy away, you are taking that from within you and you're draining your own battery, you're draining yourself, and you're depriving yourself. And so instead of you growing, right? And instead of you bettering yourself, and instead of you moving forward, you end up falling into this loophole where any progress that you might have done in your life, you start seeing it go backwards, or you start feeling like you're stuck. And that's because you're taking what's good in you and you're trying to share it. And it could be with anybody. It could be with like a boyfriend, it could be with a girlfriend, it could be with a friend, it could be with a sister, a brother, a mother, it could be with your own children, it could be with anybody, right? And so it's like you need to learn how to disassociate and how to like differentiate and determine how to place that energy. Energy is something that I am a strong believer in. It's all around us. It's who we are. It's what we're made of. It's what we breathe. It's what we look at. It's what we see. It's what we feel. It's what we taste. Energy is a matter that's like all around us. And so it's a very real thing. And the way that you carry yourself and you carry your energy and the way that other people carry their energy, you need to learn how to disassociate and differentiate that your energy is yours to carry, and that's precious. That's your thing to maintain. That's your precious little gem. You cannot make yourself responsible for anybody else's energy. Yes, it's beautiful. It's a great thing to want to help people who are in need, or to want to help somebody that's down, or to give advice, or to hear them out, or, to lend money, or to lend your time, or to lend your attention. That's perfectly fine. But one thing I want to ask you to do is that if you're going to do that, make sure you're doing it within your own limitations. Make sure that you're doing it within your own capability and capacity. Do not take from yourself when you are drowning in your own problems, in your own sorrows, when you're trying to heal from your own issues, to give to other people. Because I'm telling you, everything goes unnoticed. Yes, it could be appreciated for a moment, right? It could be appreciated for a second, a day, a week, a month, maybe a year if you're lucky. But at the end of the day, everyone needs to learn how to be responsible for themselves. And that's a very tough lesson that I've had to learn over and over and over again. It's something very, it's a combative thing for me, because I'm a natural giver, I'm a natural empath, I'm a natural caring person. I genuinely can just see somebody on the street, and if they're going to something, I would love to help them. That's just who I am. But after going through the same cycle over and over again with different peoples and different types of relationships, right? You realize, what about me? Who is contributing to my energy? Who is looking out for me? Who is sharing with me? And it's like, I can sit there and really think about it, and I'm just like, okay, yes, I gain certain energy, and I gain certain, my battery refills a little bit, by hanging out with friends that I genuinely care for, or that I might think might genuinely care about me, or by doing things with my kids whom I love and cherish and appreciate. But even as a mom, you get to learn as a parent that sometimes your kids really, they're vampire energies too, they're the first ones. They'll take and take and take, and they'll drain you. But it's different, That's our responsibility. That's what we're supposed to do as a parent. We're supposed to provide no matter what for our kids. And so, obviously we're not gonna mind giving for them, right, and doing for them, but outside of your kids or your spouse, you need to really focus on what are you doing with your energy. And even with your spouse, you need to be careful, because sometimes we get lost, right, trying to save and trying to help and trying to mend, trying to cure, and trying to aspire this positivity, that it's you lose yourself in the process. And the thing is, if you lose you, who's gonna find you? Who's gonna help you? Who's gonna pick you up? Who's gonna replenish that energy that has gone away throughout the time and throughout the years? Who's gonna look out for you? And like I said, time and time again, through different scenarios and different people, God has shown me, only you can look out for you. Besides Him looking out for us, you're the next one in line to look out for you. It is nobody's responsibility to take care of you. It is no one's responsibility to replenish your energy other than yourself. You cannot put that on anybody, and you cannot take that from yourself and put it on anybody else, in the sense of you giving your energy away. You need to be cautious of who you let in. You need to be cautious of who you let around and who you let stick around, because people get to know you, right? The same way you get to know them and you get to see them for who they are. They get to see you for who you are. And a lot of people can be very selfish, can be a narcissistic person, can be, just so absorbed in their own world and in their own mentality and their own chaos that they'll take whatever you give and not really recognize how much you're giving of yourself in the process, or how much you're losing from yourself. And they'll just keep taking and taking. And if you don't put an end to it, who will? So please, this wasn't a really long video, but if there's anything that I want you to take from this is stop giving your energy to energy vampires, because they exist. And once they get what they get, where are you left? What happens to you? Who looks out for you? Who helps you replenish your energy? Next thing you know, you'll find yourself drained. You'll find yourself exhausted emotionally, mentally, physically, because it takes a toll on your physical too. And you're just laying there trying to figure out, like, what the F happened? Like, how did I get here? Why am I here? Like, I try so hard to be positive. I try so hard to have this good outlook on life, to be optimistic, to help, and to find ways to do better and to grow. But then why am I here? And the truth is, because you're letting your energy be taken by someone who's not appreciating it and who's taking it for granted and who will not return that energy to you. And so you need to learn how to unleash yourself from those vampires. And it's not an easy process. It's something that like I said, it's taken me forever to learn through different situations, because I just want to keep giving, because that's who I am. But at the end of the day, I find myself completely exhausted, and I find myself drained, and I'm just like, what is going on? And in a heartbeat, those people will turn on you. So just be careful and reevaluate who you're giving your time and your energy to. Energy is precious. It's so beautiful. And God can restore us and restore energy and restore us when we're tired and all of this. But if anything, guide them to look for God. So, have them pray, have them, reach out to God and have their own prayer, their own talk. Because, He's amazing and He's great. And although I might not do things the way that I need to do things with Him to have the relationship I like to have with Him, I'm not going to sit here and tell you He's not real. He's real. And He's precious. And He's merciful. And He's patient. And He's loving. And He's kind. Yes, He's the God of anger too, if you do things that you're not supposed to do, obviously, right? But as any father would be. But He's there and He listens. And so if you find that you're drained and you're tired and you're exhausted, I'm going to tell you, put your faith on Him and lean on Him. It's easier said than done. I have my own battles with this, but do it and encourage them to do it too. But take care of you, please. That's all I can ask you for. Let them vampires go feed somewhere else. That's not your job. That's not your responsibility. You matter. Take care of you. Until next time.